Well, we're back at the Manx Telecom HQ. I literally can remember, I think it's what we call 1G, but it's the original and Cellnet and all that stuff. Then there's a 2G launch. The 3G, the Isle of Man had the very, very first sort of trials of that, and 4G just seems that's just the other day. But now we're at a 5G launch. Ed,
it's relentless.
Your position here, taken in, so I'll be kind on you because you probably don't know too much about the Isle of Man. You come from New Zealand.
Thank you. No, I've heard about the Isle of Man even from all the way down there.
Okay, well, welcome here. Exciting stuff. I mean, let's face it, the people at home want to know what they're going to get and when they're going to get it,
sure,
and how much is it going to cost, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. I share that same sense of impatience because it's been hyped about for a long time. I think part of the point of today is to show that the hype is real. It's coming, it's really here. Time frame, I know some of the UK operators are talking about next year and others a lot more the following year. For us, it's a function of many things. Because the network is one part. You need the handsets. So you need the manufacturers of the handsets and you need the whole wider ecosystem. If you're talking about Internet of Things, autonomous cars, there's a lot of players that need to make an end-to-end service work. So we're just an enabling technology. So I throw those caveats out there. That being said, I think everyone should be and start getting excited, but have a sort of, a sort of conservative appreciation for the fact that this is a complex undertaking, potentially quite expensive, and to really make this fit for purpose and deliver value to our customers and all of the people here on the Isle of Man, it's best that we take the time to collaborate with each other across the government and the corporations and the consumers and find those niche kind of examples, those particular user cases that might be unique to the Isle of Man. Mm-hmm. Imagine watching the TT race in virtual reality. I mean, how amazing would that be?
Well, we had a demo of this stuff here today, which, because latency is one of those tech terms, but it means things move quicker and more responsive, right? And this is what you're going to offer.
That's right. So the time between A happening and B happening is much shorter. And a great example of that is self-driving cars, where you need that to be instantaneous, right?
Okay. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so, there's 70, 80, we saw some of the user cases, we saw a drone flying around, and there's no one silver bullet for this. There's a number of things that could be deployed, and so we need to take the time to talk and engage with our customers and find out what is going to get the most traction and get the people of the Isle of Man the most excited, and focus on that first.
I mentioned the previous Gs, 3G, the Isle of Man was a test for 3G, very much a lot of excitement, and Hawaii and all that sort of people were involved, I think, in that one. As it turned out, that wasn't the final definition of 3G, it wasn't that one. And this is my point here, is 5G bolted down, is everyone going to use the same thing, or are we still in that business of everyone's trying different versions and we're not there yet?
Everything's evolving.
Right.
There's nothing stands still in this business.
But it has to come a point when they have to say that is the standard.
Oh, they will, and I think they're very close. I'm not an expert on this, so I'm going to throw out all sorts of things. But my understanding, informed largely today by the kind folks at Hawaii who have partnered up and come here, is that the latest standard is pretty much locked down, and there's another standard with expanded stuff, and that's just the nature of the beast. They keep moving, they keep improving. So there's going to be release after release after release. But
chicken and egg is the thing, because it's great having a 5G network, but until you get some phones, the end user isn't going to be benefiting. I mean,
sure.
So both have got to come together, right?
Exactly. It's
Apple
it's an ecosystem. Yeah. You need the network, and you need the handsets, and you need the businesses. The Googles who are developing self-driving cars, the e-health businesses, the virtual reality gaming companies who are developing stuff. It all needs to come together, and that's why this sort of event is really important, because it shows everyone and gets that debate going.
It's a bit disruptive for you as a provider of broadband, because it gets to the point that 5G, presumably, 4G is almost there. Do we need that stuff as well? Do you see the future we're all just using 5G and that's the way everything will work?
Oh, look, 5G will, 4G started in pockets and then became more pervasive to the point that the network is mainly 4G.
Yeah.
And the same will happen, I expect, with 5G. There'll be isolated examples, and part of this today is to find where those examples should start.
Though, the fact is that when you get a broadband network that's faster than on the old copper, you're going to use the...
of course, but fiber's going to keep pace as well.
Right.
Fiber will always be quicker. So we're talking about, amazing speeds, much quicker on fiber. So if you really want high speed to the home, fibre is probably always going to be the way to go. But 5G complements and supplements that and takes it further afield.
One of the contentious things is always have a mast. People don't want masts in their backyard. This will need more, I hear, because it works on a higher frequency, so more masts. But big masts or things hidden?
No, very small masts. So the days of those big towers are gone. What we need now is many more sites much closer together to deal with the capacity and the fact that we're talking about speeds of up to 10 gig. So that's a lot. You need a lot of throughput. But we're talking about nano cells and micro smells and I should smells there.
Yeah,
But, yeah. No smells, I guarantee. But
right, I'm going to tie you down. What year am I going to have my 5G? When are we up here doing a 5G for real thing?
5G
Come on.
for real.
You might not be there still, but who knows?
Maybe not. No, I might not be. I might not be here if I promise a date here and we don't live up
what
to it.
year? Is there a rough time, you think?
No, I think we should start getting excited, but I think let's see how things pan out. There's a lot of things that need to happen, but we're not talking about 5 or 10 years anymore. We're talking about a couple of years, maybe quicker.